Hello everybody, it is me, MisterVince, and I hope you all have a great day today, and welcome to my first PlayStation video. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but that's right, I am finally playing Jailbreak on a console. So, as you can see, this is the PlayStation edition of Jailbreak, and I can also use my mouse, as you can see, and my keyboard, so that's pretty epic. It's very smooth too, I'm not gonna lie there, but yeah, I'm going to be playing some Jailbreak on the PS5 because I finally got one. I was super grateful to get a PS5, and I'll be honest, it's such an amazing version of Jailbreak. So I'm actually going to go ahead and switch over to become a prisoner. And right off the bat, I just noticed that you actually have to click on the play button, just like you had to on mobile before they added in some change in the 2021 fall update that didn't require you to just simply select the play button on mobile. So that's cool. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and escape the prison. Yes, some of you saw that my avatar is a bit different, but it's all good. I'm going to be playing some Jailbreak in my private server. I was able to find a way to join us on my private server, but unfortunately it was a little bit difficult to perform the trick, since the fact that you cannot access the servers tab on the console version, so that's why. But man, those graphics are so beautiful. Like, I'm not gonna lie, these graphics are way too beautiful. I haven't really been able to play Jailbreak at full graphics for video, so this is my first ever video with full graphics at nearly 60 FPS. So it's insane, but yeah, very bonkers. Alright, well, let's go do the Joy Store over here. The Joy Store just opened up. I'm going to do this over here. I'm actually going to go ahead and rob the Joy Store with a controller, because I have actually played around with the PS5 controller, and I have to say it's very nice. I'm not going to lie there. The PS5 controller is pretty good. The only thing I will complain about is that there's some smoke covering up my way in first person, but that's because of the brand new frosted crown I got yesterday. So there's that. But still, I think this is such a nice version. The PlayStation Edition of Roblox released back in October, and it has received some updates, I believe, but that's about it. So it's a pretty gloomy version because it doesn't have that generic Xbox music. And the Xbox version of Roblox also got updated to have this UI, so it's a bit of a shame. Now, for those who want to know if this version is the console version or not, well, there are some UI differences on this version. So, first off, you can see that there is something called money on the top right. So, on any other version besides the console version, the top bar would be visible, and the only way to see your money, aside from opening up the cache menu over here, is to access the player list. As you can see, I just pressed tab because tab also brings up the player list. This is actually a very old player list, and I'm surprised that the console version still uses that. So there's that. Got 10% to guarantee hyperchrome too, so that's nice. Alright, well, anyway, so that's one way you can tell that I am playing on the console version instead of the mobile version, because as you can see, we got something that says money. And you can also see that there's some random jumbled mess. And basically it says 21,038,698. So I'm going to go ahead and do the bank. I'm actually going to use the same old glitch. I don't know if it will work, but it might. Perhaps I'll be able to clip through the bank with this glitch, and I just did. I gotta say, the bank looks super beautiful at full graphics. The developers really made Jailbreak look so nice with feature lighting. And speaking of which, feature lighting is supported on the PlayStation 5, so that's cool. And yeah, like I said, this is the PlayStation 5 version of Roblox. It is not the PlayStation 4 version. You can play Roblox on both the PS4 and the PS5, but the PS5 is definitely a lot better. It feels like you're playing on a gaming PC that is pretty decent. It's not like the best, it's not the worst, but it's pretty good. And you can access the generic FPS menu by doing Shift F5, and you can see I'm getting like 60 FPS. It's not exactly 60 FPS in some cases, but it's very good. And yes, the network receipt is a bit bad, but it's not too shabby. I am a huge fan of having like 30 to 60 FPS, so I'm so glad I get to play on the version that doesn't have low FPS. I will go ahead and join inside of a public server later in this video to show you guys that this version is just a beast of a version. But anyway, I want to go ahead and rob the passenger train next because it's about to arrive. You can also tell that this is the console version because you cannot see the buttons on the top of my screen. Yes, this version and the Xbox version both do not have any top bar buttons, since all those buttons are built into your controller. So this is the only version of Roblox that doesn't have those top bar buttons. But it might change. I'm actually going to go ahead and set train speed 0. Commands do work, but I have to use the PlayStation keyboard because I couldn't really find a way to hide it. I think there is a way, but I'm not too sure. Okay, so I'm actually going to go ahead and do the passenger train. Also, for some reason, my controller is a little bit messed up, but that's only because I'm using it with my phone, so there's that. I was able to find a way to connect my TV screen to my phone, but obviously it's not the best. And also, yeah, the joysticks are kind of screwed up, but it's fine. It's all good. I think it's just my phone, but it's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get back inside my Wolf bike. Hopefully it doesn't happen. I'm just going to try not to mess around with the joysticks because I think it's my left joystick that's causing some problems. Yeah, I feel like it is the left joystick. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and rob the passenger train over there. I just got myself nothing. There's that level 3 hyper yellow. Hyper P. Well, anyway, now that I got that done, I'll be able to do the cargo plane next. The graphics are insanely good on this version. The PlayStation version basically supports everything from the PC version. So it does include realistic looking water, so it does support water transparency and better water reflections. This version also supports better materials and sun rays. So the sun rays do work, but obviously the winter map made the sun rays look a little bit worse. So I'm actually going to go ahead and rob the plane. I already mentioned that this version supports future lighting, which is also on mobile, particularly on the iOS version of Roblox. Android didn't get it yet, so we'll wait and see. Alright, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do the cargo plane. You use a bridge or tall vehicle to jump onto a train. Well, that is true. Now, I will also go ahead and show you guys cinematic camera on this version because, oh boy, this is such a great version to use cinematic camera on. The Xbox version is like the same thing, so I'll show you guys that in just a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and rob the cargo plane first, and I just got a crate. So I'm going to go ahead and escape the plane. There we go. I'm going to try not to oof. I kind of hate the fact that the little PlayStation control thing shows up whenever I parachute or skydive, but yeah. Oh yeah, and you can also see that these viewports are glitched because apparently on the console versions, the viewports are a bit glitchy. They don't really affect your FPS, but yeah, they're kind of broken. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and rob the plane, so I'm going to do that. I got 34.4%, but that's only because I'm in my own private server, so there's that. I got 1,000 cash, let's go. So, cinematic camera works on the console versions, and it's basically the same thing as before. It just is no different for PC, so yeah, this is cinematic camera. This version of cinematic camera is my absolute favorite because it hides every UI element, so this is why the console version has the best cinematic camera. No buttons, no notifications, unless a notification actually showed up. Yeah, that's why I like this version of cinematic camera. It is the absolute best, in my opinion. And then obviously I can cancel it out. And as you can see, there's no leaderboard either. It doesn't automatically show on this version. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do the power plant over here. The only thing I hate about this mouse is that it just kind of moves at an unnecessary location. I'm actually working my way out of this issue right now because I'm trying to connect a different mouse to this. Yes, you can actually use keyboard mouse on the PlayStation 5 version, so that's actually pretty sick. I think you also can on the PlayStation 4. I'm not entirely sure though, but yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and run the power plant. This version basically feels like the PC version, but there are some differences. So yeah, it is basically the exact same as PC. So as you can see, the camera actually follows the vehicle. So yeah, as you can see, the option's turned off, but it's like the PC version where the vehicle camera just follows your vehicle like that. So that's cool. And I just got 1,000 cash again, so that's neat. Now some of you might be like, what is the gun system like? So I'll go ahead and give myself an AK as well as a weapon that does not auto-fire. So in this case, I'm actually going to go ahead and do the revolver. I'm pretty sure the revolver doesn't have auto-fire. This is how it works on keyboard and mouse. It's basically the exact same as on PC, so as you can see, yeah, it does work. And unlike the mobile version, you cannot auto-fire some weapons like the revolver and the pistol. So I'm holding down my left click and it doesn't work. Yeah, the auto-fire doesn't work, so I have to actually click every time, so that's pretty cool. There you go. Alright, and yeah, as you can see, it does work with the AK because it is an auto-firing weapon, so there's that. I'm going to go ahead and make the train despawn, so I'm going to do 180 plus 23. Yeet, you get out of here, Mr. Train, and we're going to get some new robberies, so there's that. And yes, you can actually use this generic gun system, so that's cool. It's like the mobile version, pretty much. But that's only if you're playing on a keyboard and mouse. Personally, this version of keyboard and mouse is slightly worse. And there is one reason why. I'll show you guys it in just a second. But if I go ahead and go over to the cargo train and I use the AK again, I will go ahead and show you guys what I mean by the keyboard and mouse being a bit worse on this version. So let me go ahead and do all this first because you gotta do all these shenanigans just to rob the cargo train. I gotta say, it looks so beautiful. It's pretty, man. My graphics is super nice. Alright, so basically if I go in first person and I do something like scroll, as you can see the cursor just moves alongside the original position. That is third person only, so yeah, that's a bit annoying, I'm not going to lie there. That also goes for guns. As you can see, if I go ahead and scroll, yeah, it does the same thing. But, of course, it won't really be that much of a deal if you don't scroll, so, yeah. First person wise, yeah, it is kind of ridiculous. It's even worse in first person, so please keep that in mind. That is one particular reason why this version kind of has a terrible mouse system, so, yeah. But other than that, it basically works the same way. As you can see, the mouse works like on PC, and it's pretty good. I like it. Alright, now I'll go ahead and show you guys what it's like to play on a controller. So, this version of Jailbreak does feel a little bit different. Also, the mouse cursor is kind of glitching out, but it's fine. So, like I said, I actually went ahead and connected my controller to my phone, but I'm going to find a way to fix that real soon, so please keep it in mind. And yes, this is the level 8 texture. I did actually forget to show you guys this. And yeah, so this is the level 8 texture. I am level 8, and as you can see, I am 0.00. Nothing to worry about there, but there's that. So if you're on a controller, then you always have weapon camera lock turned on, even if you turn it off. So if I go ahead and turn it off, as you can see, yeah, I still have the weapon camera lock. I think that is such a nice little change for those playing on console. This is not for those on mobile, but I think this is nice. Of course, there are some downsides, like for some reason when you have weapon camera lock turned on, then when you hold something like an invite, then the game does not redirect you to the right shoulder camera system or the camera lock system, so there's that. Other than that, though, I actually love playing on the controller. I think it's super nice. It's actually about time that I move on to the PS5 version. I have been waiting so long to actually give the PS5 edition a shot, but I'm actually going to go ahead and do the cargo ship, and I'll show you guys what it's like to play Jailbreak on the PS5 and a public server. So, the cargo ship is actually very easy on the controller. Honestly, I think keyboard is the hardest, but that's just me. I'm going to really miss playing on mobile, but I'm so glad I get to experience console, because this is like one version I always wanted to try. And I just got myself 3,000 cash. That's even better. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do one more crate. Oops, I just got hit by a missile, but that's okay. This wasn't my first cargo ship robbery on this version of Roblox. Alright, let's go ahead and rob this bad boy. I'm going to turn this crate in, and boom, I just got myself the same amount of money pretty much, and I got 3,000 again. Let's go. I love 3,000. Alright, I'll be right back, my friends. I'm going to show you guys what it's like to play in a public server. So, be right back, my friends. So here I am inside of a public server, and you can tell this is a public server because you can see this beloved bacon here. Yeah, that's nice. But anyway, yes, this is actually a public server, so you can see this list of people. We got this guy with 57 million. Holy cow, that's a lot of money. But that's okay. I have 21 million. So I'm actually going to go ahead and play as a cop this time. I have played enough as a criminal, so it's about time I become a cop. Am I right? So here I am at the prison, and I'm actually going to go ahead and, you know, just shoot randomly and stuff. What's up, Bacon? Here, you trying to get inside of the police station? I'm not gonna let you. I'm sorry. So, why is there a pistol on the ground? Yeah, that's a bit interesting. But yes, your performance will slightly drop when you play with more people, but it's actually still very smooth. As you can see, it's still going at 60 FPS, so there's that. I think it's doing a fantastic job. The lowest amount of FPS I pretty much gotten on this version is about 30 to 40, so it wasn't too bad. And that's at max graphics, so that's actually very impressive considering that this is just on the PS5. I'm going to go ahead and oof this guy over here. This guy did a good job as well. The triggers are also a bit better on the PS5, although the only downside is I have to completely push them down for my actions to work, like the aiming and the shooting, so there's that. Also, I hate the fact that the crosshair gets moved up there instead of the middle. The only way to fix that is to use a mouse, so there's it. But otherwise, I think the controller is super comfortable on the console version. The mobile version felt super awkward. I would personally play controller on the console version because it just makes more sense. And also, what are you doing, my boy? Yeah, trying to use a smoke grenade? I'm just gonna arrest you over here. Yeah, how dare you, my boy? You trying to escape prison? Oh yeah, I just noticed that the bullets also deflect out of dead bodies. That's pretty sick. Alright, you guys trying to eat your donuts? Not today, I'm just gonna arrest you guys. Oh yes, there's also no chat. I can't see what they're saying. They can't say easy, they can't say L, they can't say GG. I can't hear what they're saying, so that's cool. Now, what you doing, man? I'm just gonna arrest you there. What in the world? This guy just rage quit. That's not good. Well, I had a fun experience. It's super fun playing this version, but obviously there are some problems. But for the most part, this is such a great version. I would recommend trying out the console version if I were you. I'm super happy that I got the chance to play some Roblox on the PlayStation. I think it was a nice experience. This is just my first video on it, so I do have plans to make more videos on the PlayStation. Obviously, there are some latency issues with the screen mirroring, but for the most part, it is extremely good. I really like it. I will definitely use this for live streaming. Well, yes, I do have problems with my controller whenever I connect it to my phone, but other than those problems, controller works really well. And yes, there is a criminal base behind Rising City. I know this video took a while to finish, but I hope you guys have actually enjoyed this video. Please feel free to let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Honestly, I think this was such a nice video to make, and I took some time to make this, so thank you all for that support. And yeah, so let me see if I can shoot this guy. I kind of can. I am not too good at aiming with a controller though, so yeah. I'll go ahead and most likely live stream on the 29th, which is on a Friday, because I'm still working on a few things right now. But for the most part, it's looking really good. I was trying my best to screen mirror the PlayStation to my phone. I was able to find a way to, but obviously it's not the smoothest experience, but I was able to do it, so you can thank me for that. But as always, my name is Mr. Vince. I hope you all have a great day today, and I'll see you guys next time.